Hi, welcome to Coffee Break with Researchers. Today I'm having a coffee break with Jasna Pocek. She's a postdoctoral researcher at Free University of Bolzano in Italy and research affiliate with a circle at Lund University in Sweden.
Coffee Break with Researchers presents you with cutting-edge insights on regional development and innovation. We ask researchers directly and in a personal manner about their work. We make scientific knowledge accessible to all.
Jasna, thank you very much for taking the time to have a chat with me and Coffee Break. How are you doing?
Thank you for inviting me. I'm doing very fine, thank you.
I am having as usual Colombian black coffee. Which coffee are you having?
Yes, I'm having a black coffee with milk.
Nice. Jasna, could you please tell me more about your paper, Tendencies towards integration and disintegration of entrepreneurial ecosystems?
Yeah, thank you. So this paper is about the environment of Lund University entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem. And I apply the institutional theory so as to understand how different sets of formal and informal rules can impact the dynamics of entrepreneurship and innovation ecosystem. And I do that by building on the interviews that I conducted with different actors of ecosystem of Lund University.
Great. And I find this topic amazing since Lund University is such a vibrant and indeed entrepreneurial ecosystem. Could you please tell us your main findings?
Yeah, indeed. That is also why it was interesting for me to look at it. And so my main findings are that depending on the set of institutions that the interactions among the ecosystem actors employ, the ecosystem dynamics can be integrative and disintegrative. So what this means is that different institutions, for example, culture, value, norms, or also laws and regulations, these different institutions can impact the behavior of organizations and of people in different manner. So I investigated how these formal and informal institutions, what do they do to these to integrative and disintegrative dynamics of the ecosystem. And what I find out is that when the actors of the ecosystem have a more collaborative dynamics, when they collaborate and when they behave based on a set of what we call informal rules, institutions, and these are based on openness, promoting the value of sharing, tendency towards upward comparisons. When they behave in accordance to these rules, informal rules, the dynamics of the ecosystem are collaborative, that is integrative. On the other hand, some formal institutions, such as the governmental programs for support, for example, if they are not implemented in care, taking care of local realities, these formal institutions can induce the disintegration of the ecosystem. And disintegration means that the actors of the ecosystem, that there is a break in collaboration among the actors of the ecosystem.
Wow, how interesting actually. And thinking of those findings, which ones would you say are the key policy implications?
So the key policy implications are that, a Lund University ecosystem is as an environment that has a long tradition of support for entrepreneurship and innovation. That means that in this environment, the informal rules, such as the one of openness, sharing, and all the informal rules that support the culture, basically the culture in support for innovation and entrepreneurship, has had a long time to be established. So even in these environments with a long tradition of support for entrepreneurship and innovation, policymakers need to be careful when they induce formal rules, for example, programs for supports, not to mention some laws and regulations, and they must never omit local realities, and they should consult the actors of the local entrepreneurship ecosystem or share information with them in order to always foster the positive, collaborative, and integrative dynamics of the ecosystem.
Wow, how nice to know. And was that surprising, or did you have a motivation to do such a research? What do you, in a personal level, What can you tell us about your paper?
Well, yes, I wanted to share what I saw, and when I was working at Lund University as a postdoctoral researcher, I saw a great culture of support for entrepreneurship and innovation, and I knew that the history of this culture of this development is quite long there. So that was I wanted to I was interested to see how the institutional theory can explain what is happening there, but also the research and the theory always asks what are the institutions, which types of institutions matter for our understanding of the functioning of the ecosystem. So I tried also to fill in that as a kind of research gap. And therefore that was basically both my personal and theoretical motivation.
Nice, Jasna. I am really happy you did it. It's a very interesting paper, and I hope more come in the future. Wish you all the best. Thank you once again for having this nice coffee with me, and hope to see you again soon.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for watching. If you're interested in more details about this academic publication, you can find here the link below. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, or listen to our podcast on Spotify. See you next time. Bye-bye.